Welcome everyone to this presentation. My name is Dr. Jav. I'm a Forex and cryptocurrency trader. If you can see me and hear me, please drop me a 777 in the chat box and then I will continue. Thank you, Alha. So like I said earlier, my name is Dr. Jav. I'm a Forex and cryptocurrency trader. I've been trading now for up to around 5 years or so. Now, I just want to make it clear from the outset that this presentation will not make you an expert trader. This is only meant to be an introduction, a guide to the largest and most liquid currency markets in the world. However, during this presentation, I will give you the opportunity to learn how to trade with us. And as I've seen many, many times on prior presentations, many of you, as a result of this presentation and with further interaction from us, will also learn to trade with us and become part of our global family. Now, again, we have a system known as Learn and Earn, and as I talk about the system, I want to see if I can pull up my presentation. And our Learn and Earn system allows you to learn and earn how to trade the largest and most liquid currency markets in the world from the outset. So effectively, if you were to join today, as many of you will be able to start trading immediately through our Learn to Earn system. And because we don't just teach our students how to trade, we also show you and mentor you how to trade on a daily basis. And that is why we have over 200,000 students all over the world in 120 plus countries. Now, if you look at the screen here, this is our cash flow quadrant. And this was first introduced to me several years ago by a guy named Robert Kiyosaki. Now, if you don't or have not read his book before, the name of the book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And when I was going back a few years now, I was at university. In fact, a little bit about my history. I was always told to go to school, work hard, and get good grades. Bear with me, I'll just turn, I can hear people speaking. I'll just turn everyone onto mute and continue on. So apologies for that. But basically, as I was saying earlier, going back a few years now, I was always told to go to school, work hard and get good grades, and that is what I did. I went to school, got very good grades and got a good job, as was told to me by my parents and those around me in those years ago. Now, my first job out of university, I absolutely hated it. From day one, I hated my first job, and that is when I decided that perhaps working in corporate, working for somebody else, was not the end goal for me. So very, very quickly after joining my first job, I actually resigned and booked a flight to Australia. And I was at Heathrow Airport looking in the book aisles at, I think it was W.H. Smith, and I came across the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, my advice to every single person on this call is to take notes. If you don't have a pen with you or a notepad with you, please go and get one, because note takers are money makers. So I bought the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and as I was sitting on the plane to Australia, I actually read the entire book cover to cover. And that book was my first introduction to entrepreneurship. Although prior to that, at university, I studied business in addition to engineering. So I had some knowledge of business, but it was purely theoretical. Now, what Rich Dad, Poor Dad taught me, and what the cash flow quadrant taught me, was that 95% of the world population is broke. 95% of 7.8 billion people are broke. So around 7.4 billion people around the world have more month at the end of the money. It's the 5%, the investors and business owners, that collectively make more than the rest of the 95% of the world population. 5% of people around the world make more than 95% of the world population. If you want to be financially free, you need to be in the 5%. And when I heard that all those years ago, I had an amazing paradigm shift, and that is when the seed was developed. And that was when I decided that working for somebody else is not something that I will ever do ever again. And again, a little bit about myself. I actually came back from Australia and started to buy properties. I became a property investor, developer, and became a property millionaire in my early 30s. Currently, I trade the markets. I do still hold properties as well, but I trade the markets because, I don't know if you know this, but with Forex trading, you can make your yearly profit from property in a single day. In property investment, I was making, if I can remember, anywhere from say 7 or 8 to 12% yield a year. So 8 to 12% returns on my capital per year per property. With Forex trading, you can actually make that in a single day. You won't make it every day. However, it is possible to make your yearly returns from property investment in a single day from Forex trading. And that is one of the reasons that I trade the markets. Now, Forex trading, as long as commodity, there's Forex trading, there's cryptocurrency trading, and also you can trade commodities and indices as well. Commodities includes things like gold, oil, gas. Now, again, as a beginner, you don't need to learn how to trade everything, and that is why we are here. We teach you not just the basics, but also intense technical analysis as you go along through the program. Now, there's 4 different types of trading. We have scalping, we have day traders, we have swing traders, and also position traders. Scalping is when you come in and out of the market very, very quickly. So you can make multiple trades in a minute or several minutes, even an hour. When it comes to day trading, day traders don't tend to hold their trades overnight. In the case of swing traders, you will hold your trade for days, weeks, and even months sometimes. And in the case of position traders, it's more long-term trading, so you could hold your trades for weeks, months, years. Now, whatever type of trader you are or you prefer to become is dependent upon you and your lifestyle, and this is something that you will learn during your mentorship with us. Now, the amazing thing about Forex trading is that the market is absolutely huge. Now, when I say huge, I'm talking about up to $6.6 trillion are exchanged in Forex trading every single day. $6.6 trillion. If you don't know what $1 trillion is, $1 trillion is a 1 with 12 zeros at the end of it. Up to $6.6 trillion are exchanged every single day from Forex trading. And even if you had a small fraction of that, you would be financially free. Now, that is one of the reasons that I trade the market, because you don't need to trade.
Can you see that I'm using
the market? Now, again, I can still hear people, so I'm going to try and bear with me. I'll try and mute everyone if I can work out how to do it. Just give me a second. So as I was saying before, you do not need to trade the entire $6 trillion. What you'll find is that even if you trade,
I'm not making patterns today. I'm gonna cook dinner.
Sorry, as I was saying before, I'll just carry on. Now, in the case of banks,
you need to eat
a bank account. What you'll find is that banks are trading Forex every single day. And some technical problems. Just bear with me.
It's annoying because I am not, because it's nearly dinner time.
And continue. Okay, everyone should now be muted, so I apologize for that, and I will continue with the presentation. Now, whether you like it or not, you are already trading the markets. And the reason for that is that if you have a bank account, banks collectively make over $1 trillion every single day from trading, and banks are doing that with your money. So if you have money in your bank account, your bank is using your capital to trade with on a daily basis, and collectively, banks are making over $1 trillion every single day. And when I heard that, I decided that I did not want banks to keep all the profit. Why should banks use my money to trade with and give me 0% return when I can do it myself? And that was one of the reasons that I joined the Forex trading market, and that is one of the reasons why I trade the markets every single day. Now, the amazing thing is when it comes to Forex trading, you do not have to trade with your own money. There's a system known as leverage, whereby you can trade with the broker's capital. And again, that's something that we'll teach you when you join our program. And again, we have a learn and earn system, like I said earlier, which means that you will learn from day one on how to trade the markets, and effectively you can also earn an income from day one as well, because we supply you with what we call trade ideas or signals. Now, a trade idea is basically information that you copy and paste into an app on your phone, and the trade is placed for you automatically. Now, obviously, the long-term goal is for you to become a good trader yourself. However, you can use our trade and earn system as well, so you can actually earn a living from day one. Now, we don't just trade the standard currency markets like your pound, your dollars, your yens. We also trade digital currency. Now, digital currency, there's actually 5,000 plus digital currencies in the market, and you may have heard of it. Bitcoin is the largest cryptocurrency in the market. Now, Bitcoin was conceived in 2009, okay? And in 2009, the average price of Bitcoin was probably around 10 or 20 cents or thereabouts. The all-time high of Bitcoin was achieved in December 2017 when the price hit $20,000. So the price went from 10 cents or thereabouts up to $20,000 in December 2017. Many people that bought Bitcoin when the price was anywhere from a few cents up to several hundred cents and sold out at the ATH, the all-time high, became millionaires. And all they did was hodl. Hodl is a term known when you hold onto an asset like Bitcoin. So all they did was transact twice. They bought when the price was high, and they sold. So they bought when the price was low, and they sold when the price was high. And they profited and kept that huge growth that we had in December 2017. Now, at the moment, today, the price of Bitcoin is in the region of, I think, about $8,000–9,000. 2 to 3 years from today, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to hit 6 figures. 2 to 3 years from today, the price of Bitcoin will be at least $100,000. Now, we've had something known as Bitcoin halving, which occurred, I think it was in May, 11th of May 2020, when 12.5 Bitcoins, which were produced every 10 minutes prior to Bitcoin halving, came down to 6.25. So at the moment, 6.25 Bitcoins are minted or produced every 10 minutes. Prior to May 2020, that number was 12.5. In 2016, 25 Bitcoins were produced every 10 minutes. The huge growth that we saw in December 2017, a large part of that was due to Bitcoin halving. Now, this is a historical perspective. We see the same growth every 4 or so years when we have Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin halving has just occurred. Next year, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to shoot through the roof, as it did in 2017. Now, basic supply and demand, when supply comes down, demand goes up and the price goes up as well. And again, that's what we're expecting with Bitcoin. And henceforth, if you are not currently invested in Bitcoin, my recommendation is for you to get yourself some Bitcoin. Now, you don't have to buy an entire Bitcoin. You can also buy a fraction of a Bitcoin known as a Satoshi. And if you hold on to it for 3 or so years, you'd be sitting on around 6 figures. Now, if you were to, instead of holding on to it, if you were to trade that Bitcoin, your one Bitcoin 3 years from today could be worth 2 or maybe even 3 Bitcoins. So you haven't now made $200,000, assuming the price of Bitcoin is $200,000 3 years from today, you've now made $600,000. So it's possible to multiply your profit by trading the assets. Now, at the moment, I think there's around 5,000 plus Bitcoins in the market. And the amazing and great news is that you do not need to trade all those 5,000 Bitcoins to do very, very well. In my particular case, I trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and a couple of others. I don't need to trade all of them because the grass will always appear greener. If you become very, very good at at trading 1 or 2 assets, you can do very, very well. Now, what we do is that we don't just train you and mentor you on Forex trading. We also have a high frequency package where we teach you and show you how to trade binary options. Now, we have an amazing system that is used by over 200,000 members or students all over the world. And the reason I use this system myself, or one of the reasons, is because of the mentorship. We have over 100 mentors who are financially free and teach you every single day how you can become financially free as well. Our mentors are earning a minimum of 6 or 7 figures every single year from trading. And we have live trades every single day where we teach you, where we show you how to trade the markets. That is how I learned how to trade. I would sit down with my trainers, my mentors, and I would enable the same trades as my mentors. If you enable or are placing the same trades as your mentors, it's very, very difficult to get it wrong. And once you do it multiple times, you get yourself into a pattern, and over a period of time, you will learn the strategy as well. And that's why our program is liked by over 200,000 members. Now, we also give you access to several software modules, one of which is known as the Harmonics. Now, Harmonics, I call it a semi-automated system, which gives you entry points, a stop loss, and a take profit number for every single trade that you place. And all you have to do is copy that information and put it into an app on your phone. If you know how to copy and paste, you can learn how to trade. If you know how to read, you can learn how to trade. And the amazing thing about trading is that you do not need any formal education. You don't have to be working in corporate. We have students from the ages of, I think it's 13 to over 70, 75 years old who are learning how to trade with us. And that is why trading is amazing. It does not hold prejudice against sex, age, where you're from, colour of skin, or anything. Many, many people have learned to trade with us, and many of them are very, very successful. Now, we don't just mentor you on how to trade Forex, we also teach you how to trade cryptocurrencies. So we have a swipe coin app, and also we trade commodities like gold, oil and gas as well. And we trade indices like US 30 and German 30. Now, you may or may not know that trading is actually 80% mindset. I'll say that again. Trading is 80% mindset. Trading is 10% knowledge, 10% skill, and 80% mindset. And that is one of the reasons that we have partnered up with a guy known as Bob Proctor. If you don't know who Bob Proctor is, by all means do a Google search. Bob Proctor is one of the largest personal development coaches in the world, and he's been my mentor for several decades. So he's absolutely amazing, and Bob Proctor teaches you on a weekly basis on how to control your mind and how to develop a rock solid mindset for success. Now, because trading can become very, very emotional, your mind is so, so important. And that is why trading requires 80% mindset. Many people that learn the skill may still lose their trades if they are not developed. And by being coached by Bob Proctor every single week, we've got an amazing system whereby we can ensure that your trades are profitable more so than ever. Now, we don't just earn an income from trading, we also earn an affiliate income as well, and I'll talk about that later on. But when it comes to choosing a monthly package, we have several packages. One of the most popular packages is the Forex Academy on the top right, and you can see the prices there. And also we have a high frequency academy at the bottom. Now, you don't have to pay the monthly cost because of the affiliate income that I'll talk about in a few minutes, but we also have a program purely for those people that want to trade cryptocurrencies, and that's the DCX Academy. And my favorite academy is the Elite Academy, because that teaches you not just how to trade Forex. So you've got your standard currency pairs like the US dollar, like the pound, the Japanese yen, but also we teach you how to trade indices, commodities like gold, silver, oil, gas, and also cryptocurrencies and binary options if that's what you want to do. So the Elite package is the most comprehensive package, and it's my favorite package. And again, you can see the prices on there, but when it comes to the monthly cost, what we use is an affiliate scheme. We have an affiliate scheme, which means that if you were to recommend 2 people to this program and they were to join, you would not need to pay the monthly cost. Now, if you were to buy the Forex Academy, the first package I showed you, and wanted any additional software elements, you can actually upgrade your package by basically using any one of these elements that you can see on the screen. For example, we have a system known as Vibrator, and we'll do a live demonstration on Vibrator today, and you can add that on to the Forex Academy. And Vibrator is a semi-automated software system that actually scalps the market for you. And all you have to do is 2 or 3 things on that software that we give you or give you access to, and you will achieve 80 to 85% profitability on your trades. We also have add-ons like SwipeCoin, which can teach you and show you how to trade cryptocurrencies. But again, once you join the program and you recommend 2 people, you never need to pay another penny again. And that is what I do. That is what many, many people do within this system. What I want to do now, that was an introduction to trading. What I want to do now is pass the baton onto my colleague, who should also be on the call, and she will actually go through Vibrata, which is our live software system which teaches you how to trade and scalp the market. Mandeep, are you on the call?
Yes, Dr. Jav, I am. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Yes, all good, all good. Well, thank you for that wonderful presentation.
Thank you, Mandeep.
And as Dr. Jav said, my name is Mandeep. I'm from Leicester, and I've known Jav for quite a few years now and thoroughly enjoy working with him. His knowledge is amazing, and has certainly influenced and impacted a lot of individuals, not just in the UK where we live, but across the world. And this is the beauty about this business. It really, really does pay. So a bit about my background. I'm from Leicester, city a couple of hours north of London, and I come from a corporate background. So my sort of schedule every day was working 8 till 6, those 6:30 in the morning wake ups, leaving the house for about 7:15 to get into work for 7:45. And it was the same thing, day in, day out, working 10 hours a day. And I did that for a decade, 10 hours, 10 years. And I remember when I met my mentor in Forex and crypto, and he said to me, look, Mandeep, in the last 10 years that you've been working, how much of that money have you actually multiplied? In the last 10 years that you've been working, how much of that money that has flown through your bank account have you multiplied? And I was actually very embarrassed because the answer was actually 0. I'd spent a lot of my money traveling and helping family, and then I'd actually saved a little bit of it, but I'd never actually multiplied it, invested it, or compounded it. So I ask you the question, how much of the money in the X amount of years that you've been working have you multiplied or compounded? Because the reality of today's world is that the banks are only giving us 0.01% back interest. And it's not a lot at all. I remember I opened up a savings account with a particular bank, and the maturity of that savings account came I think it was 6 months ago. And when I looked at the yield and the compound effect of what I'd actually earned off having put my savings in that bank account, it was not a lot at all. Now, I started my journey in Forex a couple of years ago, and now I'm in a position, age 32, where I've sacked my boss. I don't work for anyone else, and I've actually taken off 36 years from my retirement. I mean, my predicted age for retirement was actually 68. And I'm not embarrassed to say this because obviously it's a different reality now, but my retirement income was £11,000 a year. And it was really funny, actually, because when Scottish Widows, sent the letter through the post, I thought, wow, 11,000 a week, 11,000 a month, that's not too bad. But obviously it was a year, and that's actually quite scary because a lot of people, they do the 40-40-40 rule. They work 40 hours a week for 40 years of their life, only to retire on 40% of their income in their 60s. And sometimes, I don't know if the retirement age in the UK is going to go up to 70. Who knows what the future holds? But Forex is a very, very lucrative industry. I know on the slides it said 5.3, but I think it's around 6.6 trillion now. And it's something that if you learn how to multiply money, my goodness, the impact and effect that you can have on your income with what we're showing you is huge. And one of the products that I want to show you today is actually a scalping tool. And what that means is that you're going in and out the market to catch what are called pips. So just like we measure length in meters and centimeters, we measure our profits in Forex through what are called pips, P-I-P-S. And I'm going to go into a system right now called the Web Analyzer. So this is something that we teach on quite regularly, and it just shows you how profitable this system can be. So if you can see my screen, just drop a number 1 in the chat box, and then I'm going to show you how simple and effective this tool in particular really is. And thank you so much, Maria, brilliant. One of the best things about this is that it's very, very easy to learn. In just 3 steps, you can basically learn how to trade. And I'm going to show you how. The first thing I want you to look at in this particular chart is that you've got 3 lines here. Okay, you've got the red line, you've got the blue line, and you've got the green line. And these are your moving averages, if you like. They're your indicators that you're going to look at. So one of the first steps out of the 3 confirmations, step number 1 is have the red and the blue lines crossed over. Now we can see here at exactly 12 o'clock, maybe sort of about 11:30 actually, just there, we had a crossover of the red and the blue lines. So that is confirmation number 1, which is a yes. Confirmation number 2 is the red line is a dominating line. So for a buy, we can see that the market is moving up. It's an uptrend. The market is moved from this area all the way up here. And if that red line is above the blue line over here, that's an indication for a buy, which in this instance, it is. And then, of course, the last confirmation is which way is the green line pointing. Now, what I forgot to actually mention was here on the left, the reason why I know this is a buy is because CAD JPY, if you have a look at it here on the far left, this is where we have all the trade alerts coming through. And CAD JPY has been highlighted in a green color, which means it's a buy. If it's highlighted in a red color, it means it's a sell. So Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, the green line here was actually pointing up at the time. And it wasn't this line here, it was actually this line here when we got in. So if I just draw a vertical line, you'll be able to see where we actually got into this trade earlier. But we got in from here. And the purpose of this particular strategy is you're catching what are called 10 pips. It's a scalping tool. So you're not aiming for a lot of pips, like 50 pips or 100 pips per trade. It's literally 10 pips. 10 pips in and out. And that's literally it. So what you do is you get your ruler, and you can measure from the point you entered to right the way to the top. I mean, this is about 30 pips. The whole wave is about 30 pips, which at £1 a pip is £30 in the space of half an hour to 45 minutes. And of course, if that was £10 a pip, that's £300. And so on and so forth. So you can actually see how lucrative this product is. Now, before we go any further, I want to just go through another example. My other example was a sell. So I'm going to actually get some audience participation here just so that you can see how simple this really is. So we've gone through a buy example and literally it's that simple. So USD CHF. Right, let me just go back to the chat box and get this on public so everybody can see. Okay, perfect. So let's go through this one together, nice and simple. So USD CHF, USD is the US dollar and CHF stands for the Swiss franc. So let's go through it again. At the point, I'm going to draw a yellow line again. So this is our entry point. So step number 1, have the red and the blue lines crossed over. Yes or no, put it in the chat box. Have the red and the blue lines crossed over. And I've made it very easy for you because I've put the line just there. So maybe that was a bit obvious, but okay, perfect. So yes, you can see the red and the blue lines have crossed over. Fantastic. Step number 2, remember USD CHF was called in as a sell because it came in a red color earlier on today. But what we were looking for is a red below the blue. So can you see that the red, step number 2, the red color is below the blue color, which again is great. So that's step number 2 is a yes. And then step number 3 is which way is the green line pointing? Is it pointing up or is it pointing down? Now at the point that we took the trade, if I just move this line here, the line actually dropped, it's called a lagging span. It always lags behind. And you'll see why, because can you see current price is there and the green line is here, so it's lagging behind. But at the point that we took the trade, the green line was actually pointing down. So we've got crossover, yes. Red below blue, yes. Green line pointing down, yes. So what would that be? That would be an indication for a sell. So you'd put into your MT4, you'd go to your MT4, your MetaTrader 4, and you would find on your, this is the trading application that we use. So you'd go to USD CHF, click on that, and you would get the option to either buy or to sell, right? So you'd either get the option to buy or to sell, just there, buy or sell, and you'd click here, sell by market, and away you go. That's how simple this strategy is. And one of the biggest USPs about this particular product and what we do is that Dr. Jav and I deliver the teachings in person. So I know that, you know, for me, I came from not knowing anything about Forex. This is how crazy it was. I didn't even know Forex stood for foreign exchange. So I was a complete novice to the industry. All I knew was education and corporate world, and I didn't know anything else about multiplying money. But if I can do it, and I'm now currently teaching about 300 people a week, minimum every single week. And so if I can do it and get to a point where I'm teaching people and giving them live trades, there's no reason why you can't do the same. And what I want to do is I want to bring on a couple of people who are going to be actually giving some testimonials about their experience with this company and how it's going for them. So one of the first students that I want to bring on is someone who is from the north. He is a university student and he's just doing absolutely phenomenal. Also earning 4 figures a month part-time from this business. So currently he's on summer holidays, but of course he will be back at university, I think for his 2nd or 3rd year in September, but I'm going to bring him on. Mohammed, are you with us on the call?
Yes, Mandeep, I am there. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you. How are you doing, Mohammed?
Perfect. I'm good. How are you?
Yes, all good, all good. So we just wanted to hear from you a bit about yourself, your background, and why you decided to give Forex a go, especially at your age of being a university student.
Sure. So first of all, thank you, Mandeep, for the demonstration of the web analyzer software. So what I would say is that, again, my name is Mohammed, as Mandeep said, and I am a university student. And again, I am studying business management in the university. So this is something that I always wanted to do in terms of trading. And I was a person that was more interested in the stock trading, which is buying and selling the shares of company stocks. Now, when I came across Forex, I was like completely blown away, because when I got to know the difference between the stock market and the Forex market, I was like, that was a completely game changer for me. And I was like, I'm definitely going to go for the Forex market, because also the Forex market, which is, again, as Mandeep said, $6.6 trillion worth of industry when compared to the stock market, which normally does 22 to $25 billion every single day. And I was like, that's such a massive industry, which was obviously Forex. And I was like, if a person can, if banks are doing it, if governments are doing it, I, as an individual, can also definitely do that. And bear in mind, even though I am studying business, I have never done accounting, I've never done maths. In fact, I wasn't good at maths as well. So I was, before having this kind of a thought that in order to, trade, whether it's company stocks, whether it's Forex in particular, you need to be good in maths or accounting. But when I joined, I was literally blown away with the results and with the education. And as Mandeep said, from not knowing anything, the first time when I met Mandeep, I remember, she also told me, that don't worry, I was also completely a novice just like you. And when she started started teaching, and when I started actually going on to her sessions, learning from her, I was literally shocked with the results that she had. And I was like, if she has done it, I too can do it. And obviously every individual on this call can do it. So yeah,
perfect.
Actually my story.
Amazing, amazing. That sounds really, really great. We have got a couple of more people to come on for the testimonials, but that was basically our university student, Mohammed Chowdhury from up north, which is phenomenal. Again, a novice, not knowing anything about Forex and jumping into this platform. He is now making some very, very good money and catching some good pips through that discipline and through that education. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce our next speaker, and she is I've just put a smile on my face, because she is someone who's so teachable and coachable. She's a mother. She actually lives in Leicester as well, so she's literally around the corner from me. And I remember when she first came into this industry, she again was saying, Mandeep, I'm not sure, how will I fit it in, can I really do this? And I said, listen, B, I said, if you find the time in your nooks and crannies, you can completely change the face of your financial future for you and your children. So why don't you just give this a go and see how it pans out? And she's been in the business, I think, for about a couple of months now. And, she's edging towards that 4-figure a month mark as well. So B, Pinky, are you on the call?
Hi, Mandeep. Hi, everyone. Yes,
oh, wow. B, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Yes, all good, all good. Just like you to give your testimonial for a few minutes about yourself, your background, and why you decided to create an income through yourself through Forex.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for that. And just before I go into that, can I just say thank you so much to you and Dr. Jav, because you believe so much in me. I don't believe in myself, but you two of you have been so amazing. every blessed day, the support, encouragement from both of you. Honestly, I couldn't have asked for any better mentor. So I just want to say thank you so much to both of you and to everybody in the team as well. My sisters who have also joined me in the business, Perina and Simone, and they've been so supportive as well. So I just want to thank everybody. So so that's me. So let me go into me now. So as you know, I'm a nurse. I came to England about 22 years ago. I went into nursing, and then about sort of 14 years ago, I branched into a specialist nursing called occupational health. And that's what I've been doing up to about 2 weeks ago, where I quit my job because of this. I know some people might think I'm silly, but I did that because I don't expect anybody to do the same. But for me personally, as a mom of 3, my first son is 16, my second son is 5, and my little girl is 13 months. So I wanted to be in a position where I can spend more time with my children and just give them the best education in life. Because I went to a very, very prestigious boarding school in Cameroon, and it shaped my life in a very good form today. So I just wanted to give my kids back what my parents did for me. And with the life in the UK, being in a corporate world, working 9 to 5, and sometimes I was working up to 10 hours a day because I used to do what's called home visits. So I would visit people in their homes to do an assessment. So I can leave my house sort of around 6:30 in the morning. I'm not back to like sometimes 8 p.m. And usually sometimes I would go for 3 days without seeing my children, because by the time I get up in the morning, they're sleeping. By the time I come back, they've gone to bed. So I just wanted to create that life for myself whereby I can spend more time with them. And then luckily enough, back around sort of January time, I went into work and I met this amazing colleague, Sharon. And then she told me of the business, and then she then introduced me to Mandip. So that's how I then came into Forex. And I can tell you this, guys, I've only joined, I joined on the 4th of May. So I'm just 2 months in, and it's changed my life in ways beyond my imagination. I could never believe that I could get up in the morning, rise in bed, I'm doing my trading, I'm studying, I'm doing prospecting before I even go downstairs to have coffee. And I can manage that. My little boy is still in reception, so I take him to school every day. I can do that. I cook, I clean the house, I do everything while still doing my Forex business. And I'm still doing all that at home, spending time with my children. So I just could not ask for anything better than what I'm currently doing. I am enjoying it so much. Every day I get up in the morning, I'm excited. I'm just looking forward to the next day to talk to people, to prospect to people, because apart from giving my kids the best thing in life and also to spend more time with them, another thing, one of my whys of joining this business is to impact other people's lives. And I must say that I am so proud. I am so glad that I am doing that. People are ringing me every day. This woman, she rang me 3 days ago. She said, B, she was almost in tears, just saying to me that, B, I just want to thank you for the changes you've made in my husband's life. My husband joining this business, I can see the changes in our lives already. I can see how this can potentially change our life. My little sister is on maternity right now. There's no chance she's going to go back to work. You know, she's got 2 young children under the age of 2. There's no way she's going to go back to work in October. Why? Because of this business, she'll be able to work from home, look after her kids, being a mom, being a wife, being a mother, everything. So to me, that satisfaction is just priceless. And I'm doing that for so many people right now. So anybody who is thinking about changing, making any significant change in their life, honestly, Forex is the way forward. It gives you that financial freedom. Right now, I'm going towards my financial freedom. Trust me. And I've given myself a target. By December time, I will not worry about money. I'll give my mom the best of this in life, because my mom is 75 years old. All I can do for my mom right now is just take her to nice places, luxurious holidays. I can do that for my mom. I couldn't do that to her, to be honest. She comes to the UK to visit me. All we do is stay at home. I take her to a restaurant. That's about it. But now I've got all the plans to my mom. I've got plans for my kids, for myself. I can go on and on about this. So yeah. It's truly amazing, and I'm so glad. I'm so pleased to be part of this amazing business. So I would encourage anybody who's listening to this quote today, right now, to please take a leap of faith, and change your life. Believe it. All you need is to do is to believe in yourself. That's what happened to me. I believed in myself, and it's taking me to places that I could never imagine, because I believed in me. So guys, believe in yourself and come onto this business, come and join this amazing family, and you would go places. So thank you so much for that. So yeah, so that's what I can say for now. So thank you very much, everyone. I would love
Wow,
to.
amazing, B. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So that was Busy B from Leicester. B, you're amazing, by the way. Thank you so much. You know, a mother, she's looking after her mother of two, sorry, and she's looking after her own mother. Background as a nurse. You know, she's not come from a background of accounting and figures and statistics. So, you know, if she can do it, and, you know, she's buzzing, she's loving it, you know, she can do it. And apologies, she's a mother of 3, not 2. But honestly, B, you're amazing. So thank you so much for that very warm testimonial. That was amazing. So on to our final testimonial of the evening. She is also a medic student, and she decided, you know what, enough is enough, because she wants to have that financial freedom for herself and her parents. So Maria, are you with us? I think I've unmuted the wrong Maria. Maria, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Amazing.
Hi.
Sorry, I said Maria's iPad on the thing, that's why. So yes, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, all good. So over to you. You're the pro. Take it away. Tell everybody a bit about your background, what you're doing, and why you decided to join this venture.
So before I say anything, just like B, I want to give it back to Mandeep and Dr. J. Like, they are the best mentors you can ever ask for. They're truly selfless leaders, willing to put their own things aside to make sure that everyone else is supported. So thank you so much. So a bit about myself. I'm a medical student, currently in my 3rd year. And it was only as I was progressing through medical school and working, you know, very closely with doctors, did I see that the glamorous lifestyle you think a doctor has, it's not really the case. You know, they're overworked, underpaid, and it takes about 10 to 15 years for them to fully establish themselves and be in a financial situation where they can then, you know, travel the world and do all the, you know, spend and splurge on luxurious things that they've always wanted to do. And that was when I looked and I had to take a step back, because I was like, I've got this lifestyle that I planned out for myself and the holidays I want to go on and, you know, the dream house and everything. But I know that medicine's not going to give me that, or I'm going to have to wait 10 to 15 years before I actually have that. And so then I was at a crossroad of, do I give up my dream of becoming a doctor to pursue this other dream that I've had for my life? What do I do? And I knew that I didn't want to do that, because becoming a doctor was so important to me. And not only that, but how rewarding it is to help others. And that's when I started to look around and see, well, what can I do? Because again, with a lot of us, we're time poor. I don't have the luxury of giving, because I'm always in the hospital, because I'm always studying, I don't have the time to be having part-time jobs. I don't have the time to be investing in bigger things like property and making deals with people and running deals every single day, because it's so time consuming. And so that's when I came across Forex. And it is an amazing opportunity, especially for those who are time poor, simply because you're learning a skill once and it pays you forward again and again. Literally an hour a day is enough to propel you towards success, especially with all the features and the support that the Academy provides. So similar to Mandeep, my favorite scanner is the DeLorean. And the reason I like this DeLorean, so it's similar to everything that Mandeep showed on the web analyzer, but this scanner is super easy to use and learn how to use. And not only that, but with all of the scanners and the DeLorean, you're getting mentorship from traders who not only have 6 to 7 figure trading accounts, but they're also the ones that actually created the scanners. So they know the ins and outs of how they work, and they can tell you exactly how to profit from them. Because I don't know about all of you, but firstly, I don't want to learn how to trade from someone who doesn't have the results to prove it. And I also don't want to learn how to use a scanner from someone who doesn't know everything, like every little detail about what they're teaching me. And that is something that you get here. So just to kind of keep it short and sweet, ever since I've joined the Academy, you know, I'm not worried about my future anymore. I don't think what's going to happen in the future. Am I going to be able to live this lifestyle? I'm going to be able to do all the great things I want. I wake up every single day knowing that things are all taken care of. I'm going to be fine, simply because I know that when I do qualify as a doctor in a few years, I'm not going to be going to work because I have bills to pay. I'm not going to be going to work because my boss is telling me or calling me up saying, where are you? Or telling me I have a shift on a Sunday night or a Saturday night. I know that I'm going to be going to work simply because I actually enjoy it. I want to help people. I want to become a doctor. I want to treat a lot of sick people and help them live a great life too. So that's just basically me on my journey.
Wow, amazing, Maria. That was phenomenal. So there we go. Miss Maria, who's shared her testimonial. So you've actually, been shown a full presentation by Dr. Jav. You've been shown a live training by myself, and also heard from a few of our students who are currently doing the do and learning how to trade. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass it back to Dr. Jav to finish off the presentation. And Dr. Jav, back over to you.
Thank you, Mandeep. That was amazing. And thank you, B, Maria, and Mohammed. Thank you for your testimonials. Now, just to let you all know, we have hundreds of success stories that we can share with you. And the 3 people that we pulled on today is just a small fraction of the number of stories we get every single day. I have text messages every single day from people telling me how this opportunity has changed their life, how they've been able to sack their boss and no longer be a slave to the system. Now, it's very, very important that you know that profits are better than wages. Wages are something that you achieve when you are working in a job for an employer, and profits obviously in this business and any other business that you're part of. And that's what makes us the 5% of the cash flow quadrant that I showed you earlier. I'm just going to pull my presentation up again and just finish that off. So just bear with me for a few seconds. So as I was saying earlier, we have a system known as 243. So this is an affiliate system. It's the same kind of affiliate scheme that many, many corporations use. So for example, John Lewis, Carphone Warehouse, many of the big insurance companies use affiliate schemes, excuse me, whereby if a customer recommends another customer, they're given a bonus. Now we have a very, very similar program to that. So if you were to join today, as many of you will, and recommend 2 more people to the company, you do not need to pay the monthly fee. Many students, thousands of students all over the world are using the 243 system, which means that they only need to pay the once to learn how to trade the largest and most liquid currency market in the world. Now, should you decide to recommend more than 2 people, this is where things start to get a little bit interesting. Now, if you were to recommend more than 2 people, the company starts to pay you an income. This is the case for myself, for Mandeep, for many other students on this program. And I call everybody a student. I'm a student as well. For thousands of students all over the world, if you were to recommend more than 1 person, the company pays you a bonus, and the bonuses are listed here. And if you were to recommend, just to give you an example, 3 people to the company, and those people were to remain active and learn to trade with us, the company will pay you $150 every single month, day in, day out. 3 people, $150 every single month. Should you recommend 12 people? And again, these 12 people do not have to come from you. So if you were to recommend 3 people and they were to recommend 3 people each, that's 12 people. The company will start paying you $600 a month. And then it gets more and more interesting. 30 people, $1,000 a month. 75 people, $2,000 a month. All the way up to actually $750,000 every single month. We have a Chairman 750, not listed on this slide, and we have several Chairman 750s within this organization who are making at least $750,000 every single month, day in, day out, from the residuals on top of their Forex and trading income. You can use the income from the additional business to fund your trading accounts. You can go out and buy cars and houses with it. It does not matter what you do with it, but the company will pay you day in, day out, as long as those people are active. And the most interesting thing is, even if you were to only recommend 3 people ever to this organization, and those 3 people were to remain active and recommend a few others, and you became a Chairman 750, you would still earn the $750,000 every single month, even though you just recommended 3 people. And that's why we have an amazing compensation plan. And this is an additional thing that you can do in addition to the trading. Now, on average, I don't know if you know this, a millionaire has 7 income streams. Millionaires have on average 7 income streams, and through this opportunity you have an income stream from the trading, from Forex trading, and also from the affiliate income or networking income if you choose to use that. And obviously trading can be split up again. We have cryptocurrency income, we have income from indices and commodities and Forex, and also the stock market if that's what you want to do as well. So we have an amazing business, and you can do extremely well from this business. And again, I always say profits are better than wages. And if I go back all those years when I first started to work in corporate, I did not know that. And through this business, what I've learned is that success leaves clues. What you have to do is find someone who's already where you want to be, and then you do exactly what they are doing. And through our mentorship scheme, you are able to do that. We have over 100 multi-millionaire mentors that trade with you every single day. and we leave clues, and all you have to do is follow up on those clues. Copy what we're doing, duplicate our trades, and you can do amazingly well in this opportunity. We have over 200,000 members all over the world. We're expecting that number to hit, just checking my messages, sorry about that. We are expecting that to hit 2 million plus members within a couple of, 2 million plus members within a couple of years. So we are growing, and we're growing fast. Success leaves clues, learn from the mentors, and this is the end of the presentation. We have an amazing, amazing system where you can save yourself time, energy, and money by just following the same steps that the mentors have used before you. My name is Dr. Jav. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you have any questions and you want to get registered today, please go back to the person who recommended you. And again, for every single person on this call, thank you for spending the time with us today. I know it's an early evening. It's been a long day, and I congratulate every single person on this call to be on this call. And again, I will see every single one of you at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. Thank you again, and I'll speak soon.